What's up, Polity Sports Gamer here. Should I start this video? Brock Purdy does it again? Well, no. Brock Purdy did what needed to be done to win this game. He wasn't great. He was good, but he wasn't great. But the big point is he had no turnovers. No turnovers, unlike Dax. Dax had 2 turnovers. Brock Purdy didn't. I know he should have had that one intercepted by Diggs. It would have been a huge play. Good thing Diggs didn't catch the ball right in his hands. But he had no interceptions. I knew going into this game, I knew it was going to be a tough game. Dallas is a real good team. They got a real good defense. Offense that's good. Good enough. But their defense is the key. The speed on that defense is tremendous. So I knew it was going to be a tough game. I knew it was going to be close. This was not going to be a blowout. Home field advantage is everything sometimes. And I think home field advantage helped out in this game. Dax was Dax. He had the 2 picks, which was key. Led to 2 field goals. I really didn't like Shanahan's play calling, especially in the first half. It wasn't that good. It was a lot of wide receiver screens, running up the middle, McCaffrey. Dallas was shutting that down the whole time in the first half. The speed is too good. There was not a lot of downfield throws. There's just a lot of side throws and runs up the middle, and they weren't working for the most part. And I heard that Shanahan going into this game, he was going to go into like a standard called game and not open it up like he did in previous games with Purdy. And maybe he did fare the Dallas defense. Maybe the Dallas defense was in his head, but it was not working in the first half. They strung some drives together. 1 field goal led because of the interception. For the most part, they didn't move the ball at all. It wasn't working. He kept with it. I don't understand why he would do that. Not like open up the game. And the 49ers defense, they were good, but not great. It seemed like they weren't getting that much pressure on Dak Prescott. For a lot of the times, he could sit in the pocket and throw the ball. There were some points they were getting pressure, but for the most part, they weren't getting any pressure. I think they sacked him once. And that was on a scramble, I think. It didn't make it to the line of scrimmage. So the defense wasn't great. It was like a bend, but not break. Dallas, on their hand, they were using a lot of those wide receiver screens, and it was working for the most part. CeeDee Lamb and stuff. They were getting like 5 to 8 yards a pop on those. And Pollard was doing pretty good running the ball. Key player of this game was George Kittle. Kittle was the reason probably they won this game. He made some clutch catches, especially that bobbling one. That was an amazing catch. Unbelievable. He tried to one-hand it, went off his helmet, bobbling up in the air, and he still caught it. Just barely missed the defensive player and caught it for like a 29-yard pickup. That was a key. And the other key part of this game was, the other key moment to this game was in the second quarter when Dallas was driving 6-6 and Dak Prescott threw the interception. He threw it right at Jimmy Ward. Jimmy Ward did an awesome play. Like, he was playing a zone and just popped in front of the receiver, and it hit him and bounced into Fred Warner's hands. That was another key part of the game. And Robbie Gould is money, man. He's money in the playoffs, and they needed him because they weren't getting in the end zone. I don't know if it was because of the Shanahan conservative play calling or what, but they could not get in the end zone, and that was worrying me. It kept Dallas in the game. Like, that's what the old 49ers are. They keep teams in the game because they can't string drives together that land in the end zone. It was a different story with Brock Purdy during his winning streak. This game, we're not stringing drives together. They were doing good enough to get into field goal range. And you can see in the second half, the 49ers being the 49ers, the defense rose to the occasion. They gave up a couple of drives that ended up in field goals, but they only gave up that 1 touchdown. And unbelievable, Mayer missed the extra point. He missed 5 extra points this playoffs. Luckily for him, it was 1 short of a record. I think the record is 6. They only gave up the 1 touchdown. This was a slugfest. The second half, I think Purdy did better. The play calling probably was a little bit better in the second half. He was throwing the ball, those slants and stuff. Brock Purdy did a better job in the second half. He was completing passes. He did good enough to win this game. I'm not saying this was a great game from him. This was an okay game. Again, he didn't get any turnovers. He threw 200 yards. He completed his passes. He did what needed to be done. The playbook of the 49ers are don't make mistakes. Let the defense handle their job and don't make mistakes and put a couple of drives together. Another key part of this game was CMC started to run the ball a little better in the second half, but making those catches, those clutch catches that they really needed in traffic, keep the drive going, keep the drive along, keep the clock going. He's the only one that scored the touchdown. But again, CMC, I think he has a calf injury. You can see him on the sidelines. He was warming his calf, trying to do stretches to stretch the calf out. So I'm hoping this is not a serious thing. I'm hoping this is like a minor injury and he'll be back. He played, but you can see mostly in the second half, Shanahan went to Elijah Mitchell, which was good because he's the more power running back. They needed him to pound in there and keep the drive going, which he did for the most part, except for the one bonehead play. We had a big drive. He didn't stay in bounds. He went out of bounds. It didn't cost him the game, but who knows what would have happened if Dallas strung a drive together and didn't go 3-and-out. To recap this game, Purdy wasn't great. He was good enough. He completed the passes he needed to complete. Shanahan, I don't give him a good grade. I didn't like his play calling. And why does he have Purdy roll left? I don't understand why he has a couple of times Purdy rolling left. He never completes a pass rolling, or hardly ever rolling left. So I didn't like the way Shanahan called this game. He did a little better in the second half. I think basically Shanahan kept Dallas in this game by not trying to open it up the game. Kept it like a Jimmy G type, close to the line of scrimmage with these plays and running where it was not working. Probably in the second half, it was working a little more because Dallas was wearing down. They were starting to wear the Dallas defense down. I got to hand it to Dan Quinn. He called a great game on for the Cowboys defense. He really stifled the 49ers, using the speed of this defense to keep them under control for the most part. Kept the Dallas in the game. Just Dax was being Dax and couldn't bring Dallas drives into the end zone. I don't know if that was Dax being Dax or the 49ers defense being good. I'm a little worried with the secondary with Lenore. They were picking on Lenore with CeeDee Lamb a lot. It seems like all of the offensive play calling against the 49ers is going after Lenore, and it works. So we had Devontae Adams going off against the 49ers. They had DK Metcalf going off. Now we had CeeDee Lamb going off. And next week they have A.J. Brown. This next week's game against the Eagles at Philly is going to be another slugfest. It's going to be a tough game. The Eagles are looking real good with Jalen Hurts. It's going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough for 49ers to win. Hopefully they can pull it out. Philly has an awesome defense. Could be a better defense than Dallas, so I don't know. It's going to be a tough game. The 49ers need to keep it low scoring, I guess, for them to pull it out. Like this game, I'm hoping the 49ers will win. My picks for the Super Bowl lost. Buffalo lost to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is looking good against the Chiefs because Mahomes got the high ankle sprain. I don't know how he's going to play with it. He's not going to be a Mahomes type. They got by Jacksonville with it in the second half, but I don't know if they'll get by Cincinnati with it. So it's looking good for Cincinnati to make the Super Bowl, and it's going to be a toss-up between the 49ers and the Eagles. Who's going to win? I bet the betting odds would lean towards the Eagles because they're playing at home and the way they're playing. I bet the line is going to be like 3 or under. We'll see. So what do you guys think about this game with the 49ers beating Dallas? I was worried I was nervous the whole game, but they pulled it out. Their defense did what they needed to do, and Purdy did what he needed to do. And then moving on to the NFC Championship, third in the last 4 years. Hopefully they could beat Philly. It's going to be tough. Well, we'll see. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks. See ya.